Hello and welcome to Let's Talk with NP Student, where we are keeping you updated with every aspect of your life in and out of school. I am Dr. Patrice Little, the owner of NP Student, where I get to help registered nurses transition competently and confidently to nurse practitioners. I wanted to first start off by apologizing to those who have been following me for the past few years. It has been about a year and a half since I've last gone live with one of my inspirational talks during the back to school season. I had a major shift, and I'll tell you all about it next time. But for now, I am so happy to be back. I'm excited about kicking off this upcoming school year. I wanted to share with you the three ways to set yourself up for success in NP school. This is by far one of my favorite topics because by preparing a month before your first day, you are able to set the stage up for you to be a success. But first, here's a little bit about me and why I can help you transition seamlessly from RN to NP and beyond. I am a board certified family nurse practitioner. My experience spans from academia to policy. I currently serve as adjunct faculty at Georgia Baptist College of Nursing at Mercer University. I've been with them for the past few years. I've worked as a senior policy advisor for the Center to Champion Nursing in America at AARP. I've also been featured as a health correspondent on WSB TV Atlanta, and I've also contributed to Sue Hass Miller's Advanced Practice Nursing Leadership, a global perspective textbook, as well as published in various magazine platforms. But most importantly, I've been in your shoes, which is why I started this platform dedicated to the lifestyle and educational needs of NP students. Okay, so now before we get started, I would like for you to drop a yes in the chat. If you are an NP student, I really want to know where you are from. If you work full time, put an FT. If you have a non clinical background, drop a yes. If you're in your first year, as far as the NP school, put new. And if you're a second year NP student, put two. Also, for those of you who are watching this on the replay, do me a favor and put replay in the chat where you are in your NP school journey and where you are from. So, in just a couple minutes, I'm going to go over the three ways to set yourself up for success in NP school. But be sure to get your notebook because you don't want to miss this. I'm going to cover some exclusive, really probably reinforce some things. And I want to make sure that you also get some additional information to support you because NP school is quickly approaching. And I have my free checklist, the NP student checklist that you could download when you go to npstudentbootcamp.com. Again, npstudentbootcamp.com. And I have the QR code there. But today, I really want to go on to talk about the three ways to set yourself up for success. Because by better preparing yourself for school, you're going to better prepare yourself to care for your patients. So, the first thing I want you to do is shift your mindset. Number one, we spend time on money, pardon me, we spend money on resources that we really don't need or really don't end up using. In fact, most schools invest in supplemental resources when they purchase the books that offer features students can use. So, jot this down. When you start the beginning of the school year, make sure you explore the features in your textbook because your school spends a lot of money on it and you want to figure out how you can incorporate it in your learning style, okay? In your style of learning to be exact. Another thing, we work extra hours to really save up the money so we can pay for our program out of pocket. so you don't have to pay back student loans. And although that's important, but the main thing is the mindset. You got to talk about that. When your mindset not only influences how you perform, but ultimately how you approach your NP practice. So, for instance, when you hear about the release of a movie, there's so many things that are done up into the release. There's a lot of editing. So, right now in your life, you need to do a lot of editing with your mindset. Shift some things. You want to start with the end in mind. How do you want your school experience to look like? And that I got from Dr. Stephen R. Covey, who wrote The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. And this is all based on the principle that things are created twice, once in your mind and once in the physical world. I repeat, once in your mind and then it's manifested in the natural, the physical world. So, yes, shifting your mindset takes visualizing yourself in school. And this is being proactive, not waiting until you get your schedule to get your mind right for school, but doing it right now with Dr. Little a month ahead. All right. So making sure you are aligned for the semester. I've had students who didn't get aligned until mid or late semester, and you don't want that to be you. It's not cool. And this is how you can avoid it. That's number two. The next thing, set realistic expectations. Set realistic expectations. And many of you could be or should be or are guilty of procrastination like me, or and it doesn't start off as procrastination though. It's you start off by really planning how you want to go about stuff, and then it comes across it's translated like procrastination as much as you want to really get things done on time. So I totally get it. You definitely want to make sure that you, if you're guilty of procrastination, if you're guilty of overthinking, because that's how that comes about, just to make sure that you conquer that or combat that by setting realistic expectations. When you set realistic expectations, you're less likely to get frustrated when things do not go your way. Remember, you have to understand that there is a possibility for havoc to happen. So, with that being said, you really want to make sure that you take account of the time it takes to execute and to get things done. So, for instance, what I do personally, like for instance doing this video, it I knew that taking time to do an 8-minute video was going to take a couple of hours to prepare what I had to say for you this evening, and then to also make sure that I have the right headlines and so forth, and prompts, so things could be able to be produced live. So understand that NP school is very rigorous, and it's okay to have some uncertainties. And it's really about setting yourself up with realistic expectations and acknowledging that there will be some successes, but also some setbacks. And the final way to set yourself up for success, and this is my favorite one to talk about, is to build a support system or rallying your village. There's nothing new about that. You have probably heard this before, and I like to think that am one who reinforces a lot of things. Many things that I say throughout my platform is something that you may already know. I feel like I'm either planting a seed, watering a seed, or nurturing a seed. So, really, I want you to start envisioning what you want your school year to look like, and it should involve other people. Try to connect with your second year NP students, your state nurses organization, because really that support system is invaluable. They'll give you some tips and encouragement, and having that sense of camaraderie prepares you for the network that you're going to need when you go into practice. So it helps with transition. So those are the 3 ways that I gave to you right now. I hope that it was valuable. So let's recap those ways again for those of you who are taking notes. because you're probably like me. So those three ways are shifting the mindset. Okay. So that's shifting the mindset. And the other way the other way is setting up realistic expectations. And then the last way is to build your network or rally up your village is usually what I like to say. I like to say that you are pulling together your community, and I have some more information that I want you to gather to add to that list. Again, though that information is available at npstudentbootcamp.com. And as you can see on the screen, there is a barcode for you to go there and download that free checklist. I'm telling you, it has been something that I've used, and I developed it, I want to say, in 2019. And many students said it's been very resourceful. So I really want to make sure that you get that checklist. Again, I am hoping this information has been valuable to you. For those who are just tuning in during the replay, I've just talked about the three ways to set yourself up for success in NP school. Definitely drop your questions for those who may have some questions in the chat, and I will go back and answer those questions that you have. Again, it's always a joy to go live. It's been some time, but I'm back at it and I am here to stay. I can't emphasize enough how the summer before NP school is important. It's about really you cultivating a positive mindset. Um, and not just positive, we'll just say a growth mindset. That's really important for you to incorporate a growth mindset. And also to be enthusiastic, like excited. This is a great time. You're about to embark on one of the best careers ever. And of course, I feel like when you set yourself up for success, you have four people who are going to appreciate this. One is yourself. Two, it's your family because you won't be stressing them out. Three are your instructors because you will be that ideal student. And last but not least, your patients. Your patients will appreciate you taking the time to make sure that your mind is right so you can retain the information and ultimately give qualified care. So, as I go, always remember that your mindset is your most powerful ally. And it's not just with NP school, it's just with life in general, having a good mindset. And so until next time, I am Dr. Patrice Little. Thank you for joining me this evening with Let's Talk with NP Student. And I look forward to seeing you next time.